Today we're going to look at pressing out the bushings that are in the front of a trailing arm on a Volvo 240. Now, quite different to the center bushing that we had to push out on the vehicle, we can take these trailing arms and bring them into a press and press them right out. We have a Volvo 240 trailing arm, and what we'll be doing is pressing out the bushing that goes right in here. The stock OEM Volvo 240 bushing is right here, and this was pressed in and out of this trailing arm. Replacing the OEM bushings with these polyurethane bushings that are made by Super Pro Suspension Parts, and I got these from IPD. Need is a piece of pipe or a socket with an inner diameter of about 1 5/8 inches. The outer diameter of this is about 1 15/16 inches. And I will be using a impact socket that is 1 1/8 inches. This will be used to press out the original bushing sleeve, and this will be used to receive it. Here's the components of our new polyurethane bushing kit. We have our polyurethane bushings right here. We have our center receivers for the bolts, and we have our special polyurethane bushing grease, which increases the life, helps us slide these center pieces and slide these bushings in and out of where they need to be. We'll be using a 30-ton capacity Carolina press. I highly recommend that you do use a press for this operation. Simply beating and banging on the sleeve is most likely not going to do it. First, you want to place the pieces in the trailing arm directly center. As you can see right here, I've got this matched up with this little sleeve that's welded in the trailing arm. That's very important because you don't want any pressure to shift, and you don't want it to go to the sheet metal either, because most likely you will collapse this area. Okay, I have the socket up top, which you can see is just under this outside sleeve, which will be pushing this inner sleeve, or pushing the bushing out. And you can see it's directly in line with the shaft. Before you put any real tension on this, you want to make sure you got safety glasses on and you stand to the side. Do not stand directly in front of the press, as sometimes these items can, under pressure, will fly out. They can hit you. It's just a safe bet to get out of its way at all possible, and the safety glasses to protect your eyes from being damaged. As you can see, it's pressing nice and easy. And what you don't want to do is, if it feels like there's too much pressure on there and it's not pressing through, you want to go ahead and reset it. Because if you don't have it set right, and you put too much pressure on there, something is bound to give loose at some point in time. Right. My receiver here was too short for me to press it out completely. So what I'm going to have to do is just give it a little gentle tap and pull it out. Alright, here, now we're ready to put in the new polyurethane bushing. Remember, we need to use the supplied grease that comes with it, and we want to liberally lubricate these, but also save enough for the rest of them. Okay. Go ahead and wipe it all around. Make sure that it gets on there nice and easy. And put some on the edge that you'll be placing into the sleeve. Now we are ready to place this into the trailing arm. Maybe at times where you need to reset, start all over. want this to be a tight fit, so it's not going to be as easy as you would think. It's not just a push-in type of thing for these particular bushings. There we go. That's what we wanted. That popped in that time. So let's go ahead and continue to press this down. Okay, we just about hit the bottom there, so we want to go ahead and release. Alright. We're going to have to press this through. I'll show you a nifty. Alright, normally we wouldn't use this on this thin sheet metal here because it may cause it to collapse, but because it's a bushing that a polyurethane bushing we're putting into here, this should be fine for these purposes. Makes life a little easier. So just take that, place it around the area here. Make sure it's a good amount larger so you can press that bushing in and it'll pop out on the other end. And we'll go ahead and get this close and start pressing it down. Make sure it's centered as you get close. Alright, we're going ahead and starting to press. Alright, she slipped in and released pressure. And that's how we know it's a good fit. Alright, there's our bushing in. Now, just like before, we're going to go ahead and put in our sleeve. So, you want to go ahead, use the remainder amount of grease here. Get it nice and lubed up. Go ahead and start putting that in. Should be fairly easy. Just a little bit of pressure. There you have it. This is the trailing arm front bushing.